welcome to the 19th episode of the TNT Movie Preview, where the developers of the TNT Movie Guide app get together to talk about what we think or give our opinions on whether or not you should go out to see the new movies of the week, or whether you should stay home and save that hard-earned money for something else. Alright, so in Shogunas tonight, I am Arthur Thompson.
Darren Cole, also in Shogunas.
And then Kosi Henry for today, also in Shogunas.
So we all...
So who we have in Doug Martin?
Nobody.
We have in Doug Martin.
Or in Aruba. Nobody in Aruba either.
Hey, wait. Okay, so say welcome back.
Yes, thank you. So tonight we have a couple trailers. But before we get into the trailers tonight, we want to thank our sponsor, which, going with the news of the day, is the Prince of Cambridge. The Prince of Cambridge is our sponsor for today.
He
there's a lot of information.
He now coming to the world and he done sponsored, sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, he big enough, he big. There's a lot of information about this young man. He's a prince, and he's a boy. That's about it. Yet still, CNN had about 5 hours of coverage on that alone. That was amazing. Anyway, so
Okay.
Did they have a panel to determine, like what percentage of it might actually him be a boy or be a girl? Everybody's
Wow.
gonna take.
They had every conceivable option of stupidness on that young man today. So, anyhow, let's jump into our first trailer tonight, which is The Conjuring. Kosi, any clues on what to expect from this movie?
Conjuring is gearing up to be one of the rare cases of a horror flick that might actually have that potential to be frightful. I see potential there. It's actually a horror I would probably go and see, mainly because in the last week since it came out, it's made some headlines in terms of the ratings, and also because of its fright factor. There was one article I read where they wanted to try and get it banned because it was considered too scary for young audiences to go and see it, but it has a rated R, so I don't know what the complaint was about.
Okay. Alright, well, I mean, the critics give it 85%, and the people who have seen it or who want to see it, 89% of them give it a positive rate. So let's jump in the trailer and see if we agree.
I get my own room.
Oh, really? You're the young one. I call it in the room.
1, 2, 3,
4, 9, 10. First clap.
Let me try with pleasure hands.
And JR, I was particularly watching at you to see what your reaction would be, seeing that you don't watch the trailers beforehand.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't watch the trailers beforehand, so that I can have that kind of reaction.
Alright,
So,
now, if horror is your thing,
yeah.
and I've spoken to a few people who, they tend to share their opinion with me with regards to movies, given that they see weight in it. And I have a few people who really like horrors, and they were complaining about the lack of horrors, so they were really looking forward to The Conjuring, and they would only ask me questions about, how do we anticipate it to be.
The horrors are notorious for disappointing, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to see The Ring a few years ago, and then several horrors after that.
They were more comical than scary.
They were more comical than scary, but also I felt like the actual scariness never. They didn't build that sort of suspense and then sort of shock you with something.
The jump factor.
Yeah, the jump factor was very low. I mean, so given the trailer we just saw, me liking my fair share of horrors, I definitely think I could go and take in The Conjuring this week. And especially since it's during the holidays, it may not have such a huge following. So it might actually be something good to go out and see. And with an 85% critic rating, I think I'll give it a shot. For sure.
I would. Sorry.
Cool?
Hmm.
Will look like you're on the fence.
Cool look like he can't hear us. Cool?
Oh yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now.
So what do you think? What's your opinion on The Conjuring?
Well, all you know, I am not big on horrors.
On horrors, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been. But I agree with JR on what he said. Yeah, probably the last good horror that came out would have been The Ring. Everything else looked pretty comical, pretty, not too scary. But that trailer, I don't know about the movie, that trailer looked.
Cool?
I thought it was me alone.
Alright, cool. You had to give us that again. That trailer
Yeah.
looked what?
It was so bad it freezed the screen.
Yeah, boy.
That,
Oh gosh,
that
all of that.
Yeah.
That was like an excellent piece of commentary there.
You understand? Or it could have been
Okay,
what part
anyhow.
of the horror. What I make it seem as if your lights came off and then all of a sudden.
Yeah,
the
or
place
somebody
went
come
dark.
behind you and clap.
No. What I was saying was that I'm not a big fan of horrors, but I agree with JR on what he. It's not interesting. Okay, I'm waiting for it to come back.
I think The Conjuring out for you, Jay. They don't want you to say anything.
Yeah, The Conjuring don't want you to give your opinion on it at all. You're back there?
I see
Yeah,
a movement
back.
behind here and anything. Okay.
Yeah, back.
Let's take it slow.
Okay.
Take three.
I'll
Take
start.
three.
Alright, take 3 calls. Last time, let me hear you. You agree with JR, but
Yeah, and I agree with you when you said that probably the last good horror to come out was The Ring. Most of the others that have come out since have been pretty comical, not too interesting. Oh, okay. Well, they look very still just now there. Yeah. So, but if I were into horrors, I would probably go and see this one. This one looks scary. This one looks scary.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
I give this.
Alright.
I give this a thumbs up. I would tell people go and see it. However, I would not go and sit down in the cinema and see this because I'll be too. I will try to. I'll be terrified in my own little space. But it looks scary.
Alright, sure. So let's jump into the next trailer, which 1 or 2 people might go out and see it this week.
Oh, they have a Death Wish show.
So of course we're talking about the highly anticipated Wolverine. It is getting right now 68% from the Rotten Tomato critics, which is a dangerous score.
It borderline.
Because it borderline, I mean 1 or 2 critics don't like it and it go below the threshold of 60%. So let's take a look at the trailer and really see what we think about it and whether or not we're going to spend the money and bear the crowds to go and see Wolverine.
Eternity can be a curse. The losses you have had to suffer. A man can run out of things to live for. Lose his purpose. That hurt.
The
I
Wolverine.
wouldn't bother with that.
Cole, I know you are
I've been trying to find
I
you.
consider you to be a Marvel and DC comic aficionado.
He wants to
Yeah,
thank
well,
you for saving his
I like
life.
Wolverine.
Right. So let me first of all before you go into your opinion on the trailer, I really want you to give a synopsis or an idea, your opinion then on this whole Wolverine sort of existing as his own character. does this have any basis in comic book or cartoon history?
Yeah, definitely. Most of the characters, I mean, you only have some minor characters who, well, not some. There are a lot of minor characters who never got their own title and always had to be. Oh, they're still there, right? Or
Yeah, we're still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there are characters, minor characters, who don't get their own title, but Wolverine was and has been huge for a very long time. He joined the X-Men and he just kind of took off and got bigger than most of the others. So having Wolverine in a title by himself, in a movie by himself, is nothing strange at all. He's had
So
a lot of books by
is.
himself.
Oh, so he had comics and probably even cartoons by himself.
I'm not too sure. Yeah, he would have cartoon movies by himself. He has comics by himself. He has a lot of stuff by himself outside of the X-Men.
All right, great. So now let me hear your opinion in terms of this particular trailer and what you think about it.
Okay, well, I had to be honest. I see this trailer about 1,000,000 times. You know, I think despite what the critics are saying, and critics are at 68%, you would hope that Wolverine would be a little higher. But despite what the critics are saying, this movie has been anticipated, like, even before the end of the last movie. People are looking for the next Wolverine movie. So, at worst, you're gonna have huge crowds this week to see Wolverine. It's unavoidable. Nobody taking on the critics this week about considering Wolverine. So, you know, we don't have to dwell too much on that. But I've seen some interesting things in the trailer. I've never read the book of that time that Wolverine spent in Japan. But from the trailer there, it looks like we have less mutants, and a lot more samurai.
Right.
You know, and I saw something. I'm not too sure if it's a person in a suit or if it's a robot. I want to speculate that maybe that might be an introduction of Sentinels into the
franchise.
You freeze again.
Yeah, I think we'll take that as a yes.
I'm wrong. This looks like this is happening after. This is happening after X-Men 3. This is
after
events that take place after X-Men United.
I don't know. I don't know what's the timeline this movie falls on.
Yeah, I don't know. Because
I saw a shot of Jean Grey. Jean Grey. So for those people who might be anticipating like a follow-up to X-Men Origins Wolverine, I don't think this movie is there. I didn't look up on it, but no, I think it's after. I think it's after they kill Xavier.
Okay.
So, but I'm hyped. I want to see it. I would go opening night, you know, ask somebody to move their car, maybe park in the road, across the road. I'm going to see Wolverine.
Okay, Kosi.
I would go and see it, but I would try and stay away from the crowds.
Wow, what a surprise!
I anticipated the movie. I was looking forward to it in terms of the trailers. This was one of my 2C for the year and for the August vacation / summer period. So I'm looking out for it, but I would have to hold out until next week because I ain't not feeling that crowd.
I'm fighting crowds for this. I'm working with Wolverine blades and going through, cutting through, getting my ticket. Somebody had to make some room.
Alright, so in my opinion, I felt the trailer was a little bit soft in terms of storyline. I mean, we know the character of Wolverine. Somebody going and feel that they could probably beat him up. They're gonna do things real out of time, and like we see in the trailer, you'll get hit in the face with a bottle.
Well, he gets cut in the face in the same spot more than once.
Yeah.
And he gets shot too. I think he gets shot too.
So, and I guess there's also the sense, kind of like Superman, where there's an effort to sort of humanize him. The whole idea of like
he can't,
you know, he wants to be mortal or some kind of thing like that.
I think it's a little easier to humanize Wolverine because things don't ever seem to work out for him. It's like a constant, you know, downhill, a constant disappointment for Wolverine. So it's easier to make him to feel sorry for Wolverine than it is for Superman. But
he's whether Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think Wolverine have it worse than Spider-Man in terms of disappointment.
Okay.
All right. So while I would look at it probably next week, I don't think it's something I'm gonna run. So I will, while everybody going, while you Cole and everybody else going to see Wolverine, I think I'll sneak into the Conjuring, and I'll probably take in Wolverine next week as well. Also, I still have to see. Yeah,
again, there's a little bit of a misconception we just have. When a big movie come out, and people don't get into the big movie, they just filter into whatever show in the same time. So everybody anticipating going to see Wolverine does not guarantee that you're getting to see Conjuring.
Everybody yeah. So
you might get to see Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious still there. No, Fast and Furious isn't there anymore.
No.
Fast and Furious is not there.
Well,
this weekend
might be a good weekend to go and take him Despicable Me too.
Despicable Me,
yeah,
and also Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
I still had to see Pacific Rim. So while Wolverine will definitely be a major distraction, so you might have to see where else you could filter. But Cole, I wish you all the best in your struggles this week to see Wolverine.
Yeah.
All right. So remember that all of these shows that we're talking about, what's showing in cinema in Trinidad and Tobago, all of that could be gathered, all that information, the trailers, the synopsis, ratings, especially the TNT rating. Keep your eyes on that for what the locals think of the movies that's showing in Trinidad. So you can get all that information, showtimes, distance to the theaters, all of that from the TNT Movie Guide app, available on all the major platforms: BlackBerry, Windows Phone, Android,
Chrome extension,
iOS, and Chrome extension. So go out to the app stores, get the app. Don't ever be out of information when it comes to your movies. All right. So Cole,
that's right.
In addition to getting the app, what do they need to do?
Okay, well, we are constantly updating our social media platforms with all things TNT Movie Guide. So what we encourage you to do is to come online, either or all. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, we're at TNT Movie Guide, or you can circle us on Google Plus and stay in the know when it comes to TNT Movie Guide.
Great. So follow us online, but not in real life. So that brings us to the end of tonight's TNT Movie Preview. For the few of you that would watch live, great. And for those of you that see it after the fact, that's wonderful as well. So on behalf of myself, Arthur Thompson in Chagonas, Darren Cole in Chagonas, and Nkosi Henry in Chagonas, this has been the TNT Movie Preview. Bye.
Bye.